Welcome back, all you sports and gambling fans out there. Today we're doing some more NCAA betting coverage, and joining me here, Dave Golokhov, our SBR contributor. The game we're looking at now is the Texas Longhorns going up against the Iowa State Cyclones. All right, Dave, now this looks like a very even game at the Sprint Center. Now, Texas is coming into this matchup riding on a 3-game winning streak, beating the Texas Tech Red Raiders 65-53 yesterday, and they have an overall 20-12 record for the season. Straight up, of course. Now, what else can you tell us about the Longhorns, Dave?
Well, I mean, if the Longhorns are going to win this game, they've got to sort of meet the potential here. Texas is a team that has so much potential. I mean, all you keep hearing is if things go right for them, if they can, shoot the ball a little bit better, if they can catch fire. But the problem is that it hasn't happened, really. They won 3 straight. Before that, they lost 4 straight. Before that, they won 3 straight. Before that, they lost 4 straight. I mean, this is an inconsistent team, right? So you don't know necessarily what you're going to get from them. And, sometimes they can pull out a win against someone like Baylor, top 15 team, and then they'll lose to, 3 other ranked teams or 4 other ranked teams. I mean, that 4-game losing streak was to number 17 Oklahoma, number 14 Iowa State, number 20 West Virginia, number 8 Kansas, and then the 3 wins again before that against unranked teams. Can Texas win this game? Yeah. I mean, you take a look at their performance against Texas Tech. They left a lot on the court to be desired. They weren't shooting particularly great. I think actually Texas Tech shot a better percentage than them from the floor. They only forced 10 turnovers from Texas Tech. Yeah, they're still up by, was it 20 points with 7 minutes to go. Again, this team has a lot of potential, but potential doesn't necessarily turn into concrete wins, as we see with this team. 20-12 overall, 8-10 in the conference. Concern is that they're facing another top 10, top 15 team. Iowa State ranked 13, and Texas so far this year hasn't played too strongly against teams like that. So as you can see, I'm kind of wavering here with Texas. I mean, they have the potential to win this game. I don't think they do it, though.
Right, and it definitely is going to be a difficult one. I mean, the Cyclones are coming into this game on a 2-game winning streak and having won 5 of their last 7 matchups. Now, one of those 5, as you mentioned, was also against the Longhorns this past February the 21st, where they actually won 85-77. But that was the second time that they played this season. The first one, the Cyclones also won that one 89-86, and that was back on January the 26th. So, I mean, it kind of looks from this perspective that the 22-8 Cyclones are the ones that have the shot to win it again, don't you think, man?
Yeah, I agree with that. Texas is built around defense. If their offense obviously picked up, they could be a pretty dangerous team, but it sort of comes and goes in spurts. And when you look at Iowa State, their offense is pretty darn good. And in 2 games against Texas, they've absolutely overwhelmed that Texas defense. So I think that to me is the big concern if you're looking at this matchup. It's not just that Texas lost; it's that Texas gave up 87 points per game in the 2 contests. I mean, it's hard to imagine Iowa State not winning or covering if they're scoring, high to mid 80s in this spot. That to me is the big concern here. So I think Iowa State, if you're betting them, you're obviously looking at those 2 matchups. You're looking at momentum. You're looking at how Texas has fared against ranked teams this season. Those are all the factors that point you to an Iowa State win here.
All right, now it gets a little bit more interesting, man. I mean, of course, we have to agree that Iowa State has the edge to win the game, but they're being favored by 6 points. Now, Texas is actually slightly a little bit better on the against the spread record, going 17-13 for the regular season. Iowa State is just 15-12. Now, when ISU is actually favored between 1 and 7 points, they've gone 6-5, while Texas is 3-3 in that same spot as underdogs. So, I mean, it's kind of seems like it's a tough call this case. I mean, it's really a coin toss, if you say, but do you think we should actually grab the points or lay them here, Dave?
I like Iowa State here. I think the other concern you have to keep in mind is that with Texas, they need this game. Iowa State, not necessarily as much. So if Iowa State at all is half asleep or not as interested in this game, Texas Tech is more than capable of pulling this out. However, I'm still going to roll with the Cyclones. This is a team that has been playing well. You know, they beat Oklahoma. They beat TCU coming into this game, won 5 of 7 overall. Do they need this game as much as Texas? No, but I think they have the matchup advantages all across the floor, and I think that that's really going to be the difference in this one. Their offense has no troubles with Texas's defense, and with Texas's offense being a little bit spotty, it's a tough call for me to take Texas here.
All right, man. Good stuff, Dave. Thanks for all the info here and the pick. We'll talk again tomorrow. Everyone else, don't forget to check back with us tomorrow for some more sports coverage and your free picks. Till then, for SBR Picks, this is Dax Floyd.